Okay, Assalamualaikum. So we start with lab 2 and start answering the first question. So the question basically asks for the value of register and var1 var2 for each line. So line 1, line 2 until line 5. So first thing that we need to do is to copy the code and paste in Microsoft Visual Studio. So paste right here. Then we build the project. Okay, build succeed right here. Then we go to debug, start without debugging, and step over F10. So we run the first line. So for the first line, var1 move to AX, so the value of var1 is 1 and the value of AX is 1. So in hexa also same as 1, so AX and var1 has the value of 1, so AX var1 1. So we go to debug again, step over, var2 move to BX, so var2 is 9, so 9 9, so they have the same value var2 dengan BX. Then we go to debug F10. For this time the value of AX and BX is switched, is exchanged, so AX will have the value of 9 and BX will have the value of 1, so 9 1. And then we go to debug, step over var1 and AX, so the value of AX is moved into var1, so var1 will have the same value as AX, so AX is 9, so AX 9 var1 9. And then we go to next line F10, and this time we move the value of BX, which is 1, into var2, so var2 and BX will have the same value 1 1. And that is for the first question. Okay, now we continue with the second question. So second question, and this time we have 7 line, and same as before, copy all the code, copy and go to Microsoft Visual Studio, paste the new code, build the project, yes, okay, build succeed. Then we go to start without debugging, and then we go to debug and F10. So we run the first line. Okay, so the value of x1 is moved into AX, so x1 have the value of 26 and 26 is in decimal, so in hexa the value is 1A, so the value of EAX is 1A right here, the red font. So we go to next line, debug, step over. This time we negate the value of EAX, so this is the value FFFFF E6. Then we go to next line. This time we move the value of YWAL into EBX, so YWAL is 30, so 30 in hexa is 1E, so the value of EBX is 1E. And then we go to next line F10. This time we start the value, so EBX, what is the value of EBX? EBX is 30, so 30 minus Z1 40 is equal to -10, so -10 in hexa is equal to FFFF6 store in EAX, FFFFF store in EBX, okay, store in EBX, so FFFFF6. And then we go to next line, step over. This time EBX at EAX, so -10 plus 26, so -10 plus 26, we got in hexa we got 10, so we already negate the value right here, so the negate value plus with EBX is -10. So the answer, this one store in EAX, so the answer is FFFFDC. This is the answer. Then we go to next line F10. This time increment EAX. So increment means the value plus 1. So you could see from the register. Before it is DC, right now it's DD. And then we go to next line. Then this time we move the value of EAX and R into RVAL. So EAX and RVAL will have the same value. We could see from auto, same value. And that one is for question 2. Now we continue with question 3. So we go to the question first. Okay. Same as before, copy the code. For this one, we have 4 lines. So we go to this one, paste, and then we build the project. Yes, succeed, and then we go to debug. We go start without debugging, and then we go to debug at F10. So we run the first line, step over. So move EAX var1. So the value of var1 is 5. So EAX and var1 will have the same value. So this one is 5. So we could see right here var1 is also 5. Then we go to debugging, next line, mal var2. So var2 is 10. So 10 times with EAX, which is EAX is 5. So 10 times 5 equal to 50. So the value of var2 are still the same. var2 is 10, but the value of EAX is 50. So 50 in this one in hexa. Then we go to debug F10. So this time value of var3 add into EAX. So var3 is 20. So 20 plus 50 is equal to 70. So 70 right here, and the answer, this one is in hexa. And then we go to next line, and this time we decrease the value of EAX by 1. So EAX before is 70, so we go to 69, and this one is 45 in hexa. And that is for question 3. Okay, now we continue with question 4. So we go to the question. This time we have 7 lines. Copy the question, copy the code. We go to Visual Studio, paste, then we build project. Yes. So maybe okay, build succeed. Then we go to start without debugging and F10. So we run the first line. Okay, so we move the value of var1 into X. So var1 is 40, so 40 move into X, so X will have 40 also, so 40 and 40. Then we go to next line. Oh, this one is in decimal line, so we need to convert to X. So step over, start bx5, so the value of the new bx is 5, so bx is 5. Then we go to debug, step over. This time we multiply the value of bx. So bx is 5. 5 times x is 40. Okay. So 40 times 5 is 200. So where is x? Okay, x right here. It is, the value is 200. And then we go to the next line. For this one, var2 move into bx, so var2 is 10, so bx is 10. Bx is 10 right here. Then we go to debug and step over. So this time we sub bx with 3, so bx is 10, so 10 minus 3 is 7, so 7. And over. So this time we divide, so as study is 200, so 200 divided by bx, which is 7, we had 28, so the answer is 28. 28 is the quotient, so step over. So for this one, we move the value of x into var4. So the first value is var4 before is 0, So we move the value of AX into var4. So var4 is 28. We already update the value in previous line on line 6. That's why we had 28 for var4, because we move the value of AX into var4. So we continue with question 5i. So for this question, the question does not give any code, so we need to create it write ourselves. So this one is the initialization of each register value. So EAX need to be 10 hexa, EBS 20 hexa, ECX 2 hexa, EDS 0 hexa. And note right here say that always start with the initial value of the register given in table 5. So after each instruction, after instruction A, we need to declare the EAX to be 10 hexa again. So after mul we declare again, after mul we declare again, after mul we declare again, after division we also declare again. So I already write the question. So this is I already write the code. Okay, so for the first 4 line initialization, this one we move it so it will gain the original value. However, for division we move to EAX and EDX, because EAX is the value of the quotient, EDX is the value of the remainder. So for the instruction, use BX. So I need to minus this one. Okay, no need. Okay, so we can just build the project. This one already built, but I just do it again. So build, then we go to start without debugging, then we go to F10. I will just keep until we go to the 4th line. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we already initialize each value. So if you can see right here, 10, 20, 2, 0 hexa. So just multiply, go to F10, we multiply the value of BX. So the new value for EAX, EBS, ECX and EDX, the only one that change is EX, because EX store the value of hasil darab of the product of multiplication. Then we go to next line. This one we just move to the original value and we go to F10 again. This time mul CX. So mul CX 20 hexa. Then we go again to next line. Go to next line. Now it's mul AX. So mul AX is 100. This one. Then we go to debug F10 and restore. Okay, this one for division. So division is BX, division BX. So EAX, this one is the quotient and this one is the remainder. Then we go again F10. Okay, again F10 and F10. This time division CX. So value of quotient is 8, while the value of the remainder is 0. So we go again F10, F10 and F10. Okay, so division AX. So division AX, the value of quotient is 1, while the value of the remainder is still 0. And this one is for 5i. So this one just initialization again. So we continue with 5.2. Okay, so the question 5.2, we will still use the same code. The difference just the instruction of each line. For the previous one we use BX, CX, AX, while the second one we use EBX, ECX, EX. the initial value is still the same, so we just edit the code a bit. So just add E at the front of each register, and we will project and start without debugging, and we go to debug and F10. Okay, so debug, we go to F10, and this one just the initialize register of each register. So okay, we already initialized, so we can see right here 10, 20, 20. We go to debug mal EBX, so we got 200, and we go to debug again, initialize, and we go to debug again. So this time mal ECX, so we go to register 20, and then we go to debug, start over again, initialize, and we do the mal EX, so mal EX 100. Then we go to debug F10 and F10. Okay, so this time we divide EBX, so the EAX is the quotient while the EDX is the remainder. So we go to debug again. Okay, this time for the revision we have two initialization. We go to set over again, and so okay, for this time we divide ECX. So when we divide ECX, we got 8 and 0, 0, 0. So we go to debug again, step over, step over, and step over. Okay, for this time we got the value 1 and 0, 0, 0. And that's all for lab 2. Thank you.